So, what I'd also like to recognize is that we're really particularly fortunate to have with us this afternoon from the Norwegian Embassy, representing the ambassador, Ms. Kari Hoel. I had a long discussion about how to pronounce her last name. I had about 3 choices, and that's the one I.
For those who don't speak Norwegian, they can call me Kari Hoel.
Kari Hoel, okay. And Ms. Wenche Linneboe, who's been anyway, the Norwegian Embassy has been really good friends to the museum over the years. It's an important relationship for us, and I think with their collaboration, I think we may learn something about how to preserve and celebrate our great skiing heritage, because they certainly have a great one there. I'd also like to draw your attention to the presence of Elizabeth Green, who, yeah, let's give a quick hand. Elizabeth was on the same Olympic team at Squaw Valley with Anne and her sister Nancy, among other people. And it's really a delight to have you here, Elizabeth. And Elizabeth was good enough to bring to the museum, donate to the museum, the red ski suit that you see in that case. I should also mention one thing. If you look up, if memory serves, you look up the results. The 2 Green sisters were kind of fairly close to one another in the 3 events, the slalom, giant slalom, and downhill at Squaw Valley, with Elizabeth being, let me put it this way, closer to Anne's time in the slalom than her younger sister.
I crashed in the downhill on the last one. But I finished.
Yeah, the results are... let me just start by saying, the essence of the mission of the Canadian Ski Museum and Canadian Ski Hall of Fame is to preserve and celebrate Canada's skiing heritage. And really, we're going to do the celebration part here tonight. And 50 years ago tomorrow, Anne Heggtveit, as she was then known, won Canada's, let me put it this way, was the first Canadian to win an Olympic gold medal in skiing, not just in alpine, but in skiing. And the 50th anniversary of that kind of event would be something that we would celebrate in any event. But there's a particular reason, I think a special reason, why it's important to have this event. In other words, Anne's gold medal has a lot more to do with just an athlete winning a gold medal. It has a lot to do with the character and the example that she has set. And Anne had a remarkably long career, a successful career in ski racing, even though she stopped when she was 21. I mean, she had a successful career for almost a decade and a half, perhaps more than a decade and a half, really, in ski racing. When she was 7 years old, just think about that. And as an aside, I have a 5-year-old granddaughter, and she's wonderful, and she's tall and strong and vigorous, but it's pretty hard to imagine that in a couple of years' time, she could do what Anne did, and that is win a senior ladies event at Camp Fortune, and not just a weekend ski, but in a ski race, but one where the Governor General, the Viscount Alexander of Tunis, the last British appointed, or British Governor General that we had, presented to her the prize. So it was a big deal. So although Anne was only 21 when she won the Olympic gold medal, she had this long career, and during this period, I think it's clear that she developed the technical competence, the real sophistication to be successful at the international level, and to develop the mental toughness and really the character and the grace to be a model, an exemplar, as they say, of a true champion. A champion who's inspired many generations, really, of Canadian medalists, and not just Canadian medalists, but of other countries and indeed of other sports. I mentioned the fact that when she was 7, she started, but I should go back to that point because a year later, in 1948, when Barbara Ann Scott won her gold medal at the St. Moritz Olympics in figure skating, Anne says that that's when she decided to set as a personal goal the winning of an Olympic gold medal.